Hello everyone, how are you all doing? Beloved twin flames and other lovers, soulmates, soul flames. So, let's see what's coming up this week. Huge shifts. And for instance, for the Divine Masculine, really big shifts. I experienced for the Divine Masculine a lot of grief coming up, a lot of old wounds that are coming up for healing. Very sensitive and very, yeah, how do I call it? Emotional. It was very beautiful to see how the Divine Masculine could surrender himself towards the Divine Feminine, and yeah, it was really beautiful. I had a ceremony last weekend, and wow, that was so beautiful. And there were two men I could guide and help with their shame, with their fears, but with regret, and to explain where it came from, because not all of what we experience as in the masculine energy, as being in a kind of, how do you call that, guilt energy, that it is not, it can be from them, but that it's, the guilt is from an ancestral lineage of the masculine energy, okay? So that is what I experienced, and it was very beautiful. Okay, let's see what's going on in the Divine Masculine and in the Divine Feminine energies of the twin flame relationship this time. I have this feeling I have to giggle. So, in the Divine Masculine's mind space, travel. He wants to travel. He wants to, this is in his mind, you know. It's about the inner and outer journeys. Believe in yourself. There are big shifts coming up. And it has to do with travel. And it can have to do with the inner travel, that you're in meditation and that you're traveling in meditation. Traveling to other worlds. Seeing other dimensions and seeing other lifetimes that your soul is connected to. So I also see here Lemuria, you know, it's the Lemurian energy that is coming back. You're traveling to Lemuria, you're remembering things from Lemuria. You know, you're connected with the planetary constellation. You know, you're traveling through it. You're remembering and you're seeing different dimensions. with what do you need to interact with and what do you don't. And that's really amazing. So it could be that he wants to travel, not only in his inner realm, but that his soul is calling him to different countries, you know, to call him back home. Yeah, that's also a possibility, that he is called to his home, his soul home. And it's about what I feel, a bit of uneasiness, and not an, is it uneasy? No, it's not uneasy. It is almost a feeling of impatience. That's more the word that I'm looking for. Uneasiness, what I feel. Yeah, not comfortable, impatience. And then I also feel that there is some frustration and anger coming up, and it can also have to do with you visiting other realms, other worlds, and have to release a lot. A lot of healing is taking place at this moment. Spirit, let me smile all the time. It's, I don't know what it is. It's as soon as I get the cards in my hand, that energy is coming through, and it's like, you know, happiness, happy feeling. That's beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. Yeah, and in his heart space, he's integrating. He's integrating everything that he went through in his lifetime, I hear, and also other lifetimes. And it says, you know, integration of forgiving yourself and forgiving others. There's a reunion coming up, and let go of your defenses and open the door. You know, step through. You know, it could be a reunion with your star family. It could be a reunion with your divine feminine. For who are not in the twin flame journey yet, you know, for the ones that are in a twin flame journey, is a different kind of energy. I also see the doves here. That's really interesting. And the turtle. So it will get slow, you know. It will be slow. So, but it's more about, you know, if the divine masculine in his heart space is integrating all these new energies, all these new possibilities, that he needs to forgive himself and forgive others. If you don't, there is no reunion possible, you know. And let go of your defenses, let go, open the door to your heart, you know, because that will set you free. And that's always, our mind is always want to control our emotions, wants to control our heart. But as soon as you say things that are lingering in your heart space, that opens the door, and, you know, and it sets you free. Otherwise you're trying to control everything, and it's not the time anymore to be able to control. You know, sometimes we're on that frequency that you're not even, that you don't have the control anymore in your own hands, you know. So let me see, how does he sees the divine feminine? How does he sees the divine feminine? Let that one go, because everything is a bit of a chaos today. And that's the energy of the eclipse. You know, it was a very, very powerful eclipse. Yeah. Essences and energies. And he sees that she is attuning to subtle energies, that she is in balance, and that she is one of the frequency holders, that she is, when the frequency change, that she is transmuting and transforming the energies for the collective. And he knows that about her. He sees that about her, that she is changing these energies. It's also that he probably feel her vibration. I know for myself that last week, almost the whole week, I was shaking, and I thought, it's not the cold. It's not that. It was an inner vibration. It was an inner cold that was, you know, vibrating constantly, day in, day out. I think it was a whole week. And I thought by myself, gee, am I so cold? Why is it coming? And then I heard, you know, the eclipse is changing. The eclipse is raising our frequencies, is changing our DNA system, because we need to be ready for all what is coming up our way, so we can be steady and hold security in our system. So yeah, that's a real big shift what is happening. And she is like having these radars around her that is being felt, you know, that she feels everything in a frequency. She knows exactly with who she can interact and with who she can't. And that's really a beautiful energy, because she has no clue how powerful she is, because other people feel her vibration, feel her shift, and see her light. And it's her essence, and she can't do anything about it. It's the essence and the energies around her that is, you know, blasting everything open. And some people have very difficulty to deal with that energy. If you're not on that vibration, it's almost hard to be in that vibration. And it's not all the time, but sometimes when you get an upgrade, you know, you're like an electricity mast, you know, everything is shaking and guiding, and you feel it through your whole system. And I had it all week last week before the eclipse, and the eclipse was gone, and the whole shaking was gone. So it had definitely to do with a huge upgrade. Okay, and that's how he sees the divine feminine, that she is reacting on all the energies, on all the frequencies. So let's see what is coming up for the divine feminine. I hear love is in the air. There are so many Oh, I hear predators around her. Ooh. So many men around her that come fly in because they're attracted to her energy. They don't know what it is, but they have the urge and they have the feeling that they need to be with her. She gets messages from everywhere. Old lovers, new men in her life, all want to know her. Oh wow, I have here 3 cards, and I will keep them right away for the mind space. No, it's a message I hear. Okay. So Ellen of the Ways is the first one. Attune to nature's signs to find your way and follow your heart. Well, that's absolutely what's going on for the Divine Feminine. She sees signs in everywhere. The synchronicities are ridiculous, really. The synchronicities that she is going through, she thinks about something and it's right in her face. It's manifested right away, instantly. And I was so surprised by that the things you think about, and you see the energies and you see the signs, you see them in nature. You know, I was for instance, I was looking at a star, and then next day I saw this star in the tree, and I was like, oh my gosh, you know. So everything is in synchronicity. There are also, because there are signs that you need to follow your way, or that you need to find your way, and you need to follow your heart. So what's in the Divine Feminine's heart space, she needs to follow, you know. And there are so many things going on for the Divine Feminine at the moment that, you know, her focus, where she focused on her journey, and the focus that she does creates an enormous field for her. Because if she starts to focus on what other people do, or what then you're in a vibration of lack. Then your own imagination is blocked. So it's really important always to focus on your own journey, on your own intentions, you know, new ideas. And you know, the universe is infinite with ideas, creativity and possibilities, and that she's radiating outside. Okay. Emerge, celebrate sensuality, joy, and the right to enjoy and truly living. And that's what's coming from her heart space. So she is free. She's that free butterfly that is, I see Divine Feminine is joyful, she's having a good time, she is laughing, there is this sensuality about her, and she lives her dream and she celebrates life. And because of that, she is attracting a lot of energies out from the outside towards her. She doesn't have to, she's not even aware of it. Most feminine are not even aware of it. But it's the energy that is going around now. You know, we're heading to Beltane, and you really feel that energy. And when you're connecting with that energy, then it's really amazing, because it's that loving, beautiful feeling that the divine feminine is carrying at the moment, and she is looking towards, she's thinking, oh my gosh, you know, I'm going to have fun, there's joy, and I'm going to celebrate. It's a celebration with her sisters, with her, also on her own. I see the divine feminine dancing, you know, I feel her content, I feel her laughing, I feel the happiness in her heart space. And that's so beautiful. She has a beautiful big heart. And this one is that your divine cosmic mother womb, you are loved, you are safe, you need to rest, and you need to sleep well. So for some feminine, you need to take some rest for yourself. You know, if you worked a couple of days, take a day off. You know, sleep well, know that you're safe, and know that you're loved. So if the divine feminine is in the beautiful energy, and I hear there are more suitors out there for the divine feminine. There are more men heading her way. So, and then I hear the song It's Raining Men. Oh my gosh. So it's really ridiculous. It's really funny also. Yeah. So, and you don't, the divine feminine knows she is loved, she is seen, she is nurtured, and she is safe with herself. So that means that she is more opening up and able to go outside of her comfort zone. So I feel that her shyness, what she is carrying within herself, that's deep within herself, is coming out to the surface, and that is being released. Because when that is coming out to the surface and being released, she doesn't need it anymore, because that shyness was also a kind of safety net for her, where she could hide behind. And now when she's okay, she feels safe, because there is no threat of anything else around her. Then she can go out. Then she can, you know, expose herself. Not that she needs it, but it's the energy of the fun, of the joy, that says, okay, now she's going outside. She processed a long time within, and now it's going, she's transformed everything what she needed to transform. And I see that last bit of shyness, self-doubt is totally gone. So that's what, the only thing she needs is more rest. So if it's possible for the divine feminine, you need to rest a little bit more. Maybe you have to nap during the daytime. If you feel that you need rest, take rest. Okay. Well, what is supporting the divine feminine? What is supporting the divine feminine? So this was the message. So in her heart space, there's the joy, and she sees the signs everywhere around her in nature, and she is transforming herself from hiding behind shyness, that she transformed. This is the safe. She feels safe at the moment, so she can come out in the open. She's not afraid anymore to step up and do her thing. One card for the Divine Feminine. What supports her? Wow. Syrian missionaries. Dream for the new earth. Time now for a miraculous life. Wow. Well, this is supporting her. This is... I hear the song Lightning. This is where I came for. I think it was from Rhiannon. Dream for the new earth. Time for a magical life. And time for a magical life. Okay, yeah. And now that's the song. So check it out. It's Lightning from Rhiannon. That is supporting the Divine Feminine at the moment. This energy, this connection with the flower of life, connection with the Starseeds, star family from Sirius. So yeah, she is one of the ambassadors from Syria here on Earth, connecting everybody and lifting the frequency on this Earth to a new Earth. So she knows that she is from that space and that she is changing the energies and the frequencies in people. She's rising their vibration. She brings them awareness. She lifts them up. Yeah, it's beautiful. So that is what's supporting the Divine Feminine. So what's in her heart space? We saw already the joy and the freedom, but what is in her heart space towards the Divine Masculine? Light language. Universal language of oneness. Love and listen to your heart. Well, so she opens all her petals. Let the light in, let the language in, speak her truth. She's not holding back. I see she shifted all the petals and she lets go what no longer serves her, and she opens up the inner space to receive all the light that comes from the universe. I also hear she's not looking for love from the outside world, because she receives so much love from the universal source that she is not in need for outside gratification, or because she knows in the world that she's living in that the body and the outside is just conditional. There are expectations, there are things that needs to be done. She knows that all that is around her, and that there is neediness from the physical form. And when we are in that higher realm, we detach. We are just connected with the light, with source, and that gives us in her heart space joy and laughter and love, that she's not, that she doesn't need it from the outside world, because the outside world is always conditional, because we still have this language, we have to deal with, and communication. And when you're not on the same frequency, then there is always this communication. You can try to understand each other, and if you do want to understand each other, don't speak. You know, that's the easiest part. Just let the energy flow from heart to heart, and listen with your heart, and yeah, let the love flow. You know, everything, when you're on the same vibration and you want to learn, you can listen and you can absorb, but you know, the best communication is the communication with your source, you know. Then you don't, it's so paradox, I hear. Paradox energy from the earthly body, because I see the divine feminine is attracting so many things around her, in a good way. I only see good things coming her way. But when you're not in that frequency of being able to balancing it out, yeah, there needs to be that balance between the higher realm and earth, because we're still living on earth, but she already created a new world for herself, with the right people in it. It's so interesting to see, because I see the divine feminine is able to communicate with all layers, with all energy, high, low, middle, and I see her shift through different dimensions and timelines with her energy. But the people from the third dimension that are just linear, that, you know, they're not able to understand her, not able to get in that frequency. So those are the people you really need to let go. And you don't need to let go in hatred or argument or whatever. You let it go in love. You know, it's not about hurting. We're not in that paradigm anymore of deliberately hurting each other. We're out of that. You know, we're that, you know, because you know that karma is behind that. So you will watch yourself 3 times if you want to deliberately hurt someone. And because everybody experiences then that karmic energy. So that's, and when you're connected to that higher realm, yeah, nobody can touch you, you know. Don't focus on what is not what other people do, you know. Focus on what you do, what you are best in, and that's it, you know. Don't be in service. Don't focus on everything else. And that's how you serve the new world and humanity. So what, oh, I need to take this stack of cards. How is the divine feminine seeing the divine masculine in the relationship? Oh my God, guys, stop, please. And it, was it the same last year? Yeah, it was about the same energy last year. A little bit later, that was in May, when that energy came through. But I definitely recognize the energy. And it's so beautiful. How divine, yeah. How does the divine masculine sees the divine feminine? That she's one of the blue-ray beings, that she's connected to the Arcturians, that she carries that blue-white light, that her DNA is healing, and she's connected with the sacred geometry, that she is coming from a higher space, that she is connected with the starseeds, that she's connected with her star family, that she has the awareness that where she's coming from, know exactly with what her task is on this earthly plane. Wow, it's beautiful. That's how he sees her. He sees her as that light being, you know, get all the downloads that she needs to receive from the universe, from her star family. Also, I feel highly guarded, highly protected. She has a very high ranking in the universe. And she's aware of this. She's aware that she has a high ranking in the universal realm. So, I hear she's a different kind of species. She's almost not human. That's what I hear. She's almost not human, because her energy is hardly to be found on the earthly plane. And then I hear them say her light body, you know, the body that she's carrying within, this body, the physical body, that's not human. So, and that's how the divine masculine sees the divine feminine. Okay, so what will support the divine masculine? What will support the divine masculine? Again, I think this is the third week. Dolphin energy, play. It's okay to relax. I'll show it to you. So there is still something that is holding him back. If this card is turning up 3 times in a row, then is it a message that he needs to play, that he needs to be joyful, that he needs to relax and smile again. Share your flow. And if I tune in to where the divine masculine goes through with all these energies and shifting it and transmuting it and transforming, you know, then he's still not there. Then he's still not there. But it's time, you know, it's time to play. Oh, that's it. Oh, because there's still, the shame is not transmuted. The regret is not transmuted fully. Yeah, and I can relate to that. I can understand that shame is not transmuted yet. Why? Because the reason he can't full out play, full out be himself. And he needs to relax. Oh my gosh, it has to do it all has to do with the divine feminine, I hear. But that's the ancestral wound I spoke about in the beginning. Wow, this is just all confirmation again, that still that wound needs to be transmuted and transformed. And I hear he doesn't know how. So that's why he is seeking the energy of the Divine Feminine to work with her to transform that. And I already told also in the ceremony, you know, they have they feeling ashamed, they having regret, but the Divine Feminine doesn't see it that way. The Feminine says it's okay, you know. You don't have to feel ashamed for what you did or what you don't do, or, you know, it's because it's your journey. But, you know, if you reach out, you know, there's that nurturing energy of the Divine Feminine mother womb that can help you. You know, the nurturing of her, the light of her, that is helping the Divine Masculine to release those wounds. Because the Feminine doesn't carry that energy of shame. Maybe in certain situations that she had shameful situations in her life, but the Feminine works through it, and it's like this, and it's gone. But the Divine Masculine, you know, because of that masculine wound, and it all has to do with the war energy. I explained this years ago also, that's still going on, and he is not. I hear he's very happy for the Divine Feminine, very happy that she's doing well without him. But he's ashamed that he couldn't step up the game. And maybe he can do this in a couple of years, but he can't expect her to wait for him. So, wow, what an interesting reading is this, guys. So it's just, you know, go with that flow, because that energy is supporting you. The dolphin energy, call in the dolphin energy. Call in the dolphins that you can swim with them, play with them, laugh with them, you know, hold them, you know, touch them, and swim with them, you know. It doesn't matter if it's in real or if it's not possible in the real, you know, go to your other realm and enjoy them. And that it's okay for you to relax with them, and that they give you new energy and new vibrations, new answers. Because nothing is so sensitive and have so many radars as the dolphin has. So go to that space and play with them, okay? So let's see what's in the Divine Masculine's heart space. Now, how the Divine Masculine sees the relationship with the Divine Feminine. How does he see the relationship with the Divine Feminine? In the relationship, in union, how does he see the Divine Feminine in relationship to this union? One card, please. Thank you. Oh, he sees her as fire and water in that relationship. Yeah. That's on the earthly plane. That there is a stillness within her, but the fire is also there. You know, she's fire, she's one explosion of fire, of joy, of sun energy shining. And she feels it all. She goes through it all. She is also in that space that she don't need to withhold her feelings anymore because she feels safe. So if there is this turmoil going on in her emotions, she let it go. She says, okay, it needs to get out, gets out. If there's something heavy on my heart, if I have a feeling I offended someone, or I did something wrong, or or there is something else, I need to talk it out. It needs to go out of the system. And it doesn't matter how you perceive it. It could be that you perceive it as over emotional, that it's not good for you, but that's when she is mirroring your energy at that moment. Because you can't say to someone that carries emotions, hush up, I see you're really upset. Don't say that. Because, you're interacting with somebody's emotions. And if emotions are relevant to be there. Because we're not masculines. Feminines are feminines. They have that depth of emotion. And you should be sorry. Be back in a minute. Yes, and she's very protective. Yeah. Well, that's what he sees. She is very fired, and it doesn't mean that you can hush her up and saying, okay, you can't do this or you can't do that, because emotions are there to be explored and to be felt and to work through. She's not a robot and she's not a man. So she has that very soft and beautiful energy, but she is also fierce. She has that fierce and passionate and fiery energy. And it's sometimes, it vaporized the water. And in other circumstances, the water tried to, dim the fire. And that keeps them in balance, that's the most beautiful part of being a feminine, that they have those emotions. Otherwise, why would a masculine be with a feminine without those emotions? He would never be a hero. He would never be a hero, because when he could be there for her, you know, and hold that energy for her and hold that space. That's what she needs. But it's different when they want you to go in that state of emotion to validate their own feelings. So then you're in that toxic relationship and you need to get out, you know. If you feel that divine masculine wants to dim your light or wants to dim your energy or bring you in a state of confusion or in a state of emotions that that's bringing sadness, you know, then it has to do with control. So you need to get out of there, you know. So they can be the hero. You say, okay, now you're in this state and I can be there for you. No. You know, it's acceptance of everything and every aspect of the divine feminine and the divine masculine. And that's the same for the divine feminine. You know, if you're in this energy with your divine masculine, you need to accept him who he is, and not that the illusion that you create in your mind for him. You know, you need to see him as he is. And don't make it bigger, don't make it smaller. It is what it is. And that's what you need. That's the same how the divine masculine would see the divine feminine. That's and it's really interesting also, because if you're going in this turmoil and if you feel all these emotions, then it's time for the divine feminine to meditate, go into nature, run your ass off, you know, if you want to do that. But don't project it or react it on your divine feminine or react it on other people. Yeah, so that's what I see and what I feel about it. So what does the universe has to say about this? And that's what I feel, that at the moment, that overall over this relationship with the union or between the masculine and feminine energies, that the feminine is in a much better space than the masculine, because I see that the masculine has more is more influenced by the eclipse energy, and it could be that the divine feminine is more influenced by it in 2 or 3 weeks after the lunar eclipse. Was it a lunar eclipse? No, it was the sun eclipse we had. So in 2 weeks time, I think we have the lunar eclipse, right? Yeah. Okay, that's Anunnaki light codes. Ooh, what's that about? And for the divine feminine, Orion activations. Well, I'm going to eat my head, I think. Well, divine feminine don't want to go to Orion. That's what I hear. Anunnaki light codes, energetic shift, new information, an end of a cycle. So there are, the Anunnaki codes are endings and new beginnings. So an energy shift, new information is coming in, and new cycles are starting. So this is for the Divine Masculine, for the Divine Feminine. Orion activation, supernova, renewal, recreation, rebirth by the light. So it's probably that the darkness will be transformed into light for the Divine Feminine. So it's the supernova that comes to in her life. So it could be an explosion of light. It could, oh my gosh, could be the new frequencies that came in last week. Recreation, renewal, rebirthed by light. So she has a rebirth by light, and she go into that portal. You know, she burns all the dark energies behind her, all the dark shadow stuff that she went through was needed to go to that light and go into that joy, because we all carry those aspects of the shadow, and we are all aware of it. We all are aware of it, that it's outside ourselves, you know, and when you shine your light on them and you're going to confront them, you know, there is this totally explosion, and you know that then your light is hitting their shadow, you know. That's what's going on. And I see that as that fire and water, you know, you hit that you hit that energy with your light, and you shine your light on the darkness, and then the darkness starts to react, and it's always in defense. Even if you just ask a question, you know, if you're going to question them, it's like this, and then you know that there are still some shadow sides and shadow aspects of them that come to the surface, and that they didn't do their work, you know. Yeah. Now I need to lit up, I hear. Don't they just said now it's enough because you're going overboard, you know. And it's not to mean these readings are not to meant for attacking or judging everyone or anyone, not the Divine Feminine, not the Divine Masculine, but that's what's happening, you know. Orion activation. No, thank you. I don't really want to be activated by Orion. So, that's for this. Let's see what the Romance Angel cards have to say to the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. Release your ex for the Divine Masculine. So it is possible that the shame and the feeling and the guilt and the remorse has to do with an ex-partner that they can't release, that they can't, you know, let go of. And maybe they let go in the physical form, but maybe in their mind and in their heart space, you know, it's still there. And it could have to do with the shame, the remorse, the guilt, what is going on in the Divine Masculine's life, you know. And it's now really time that you clear your energy, that you get rid of it, you know, not thinking about, oh, I'm not feeling guilty, or I'm not feeling this or not this. No, dive deep into these wounds. Dive in and feel it. And yes, you know, that was the fun part of it. When I was in this ceremony with this beautiful man, and this topic came up, I said, why don't you think this isn't able to be meant? And then the shame is coming up. And saying, I'm not authentic enough to be worthy to be in her space. So that could be a big issue. And it must be, you know, you need to walk that path, you need to go there and try one way or the other to release that for yourself, you know. Release that energy for yourself. Beautiful. For the Divine Feminine, soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. Yes, this is your twin flame, how you want to call it. It is. So, you know, the person you think about right now is your Divine Masculine. So, and you know this already for a while, because that's why the energies are still shifting. Okay. This soul connection, or this connection I hear, has nothing to do with a past life, but it has to do with the future, where you came from. Because when you come as a star being, and you've been here for many, many, many times and many, many, many lives, you see different aspects. But I also see that there are aspects of, and I hear Lemuria, I hear Atlantis, Egypt, and there are so many other countries I hear that is connected to that soul energy. Because their souls, they left pieces of their soul everywhere. So at the moment they start to recollect all these soul fragments, then they start to remember and start to remember each other. So that's really, really beautiful. So, well, Divine Feminine, you know who your soulmate is, who your twin flame is. Because a soulmate and a twin flame are two different aspects. So, but Divine Feminine knows who the twin flame is, the Divine Feminine knows who the soulmate is. Okay? And this was it for today. So if you want a private reading from me, and you want to know more about your personal twin flame, or your soulmate, or your divine connection, you know, leave a message in the description box below. Give me a thumbs up. Please, if you're watching, give me a thumbs up, because that will help me to activate my algorithm on YouTube. as you all know, I don't do advertisement. I don't do all the things that YouTube is guaranteeing me to do. I don't do it for the money, because I don't get paid out, because I don't advertise, I don't live conform their rules. I just need you to subscribe and give me a thumbs up. And that's really needed. And thank you for watching my YouTube channel. Hope to see you next time. And I wish you a beautiful week. Next week, I'm probably not having divine feminine and divine masculine twin flame reading, because we have Beltane here. I hope that what I can do maybe 1 or 2 days before, but that's it. And if you have to wait a week longer, please don't shoot the messenger. I'm celebrating and having joy. Okay, it's my time. Bye bye.